Big oil, in fact, any oil is big business. But did you know oil real estate is also just as good as the black gold that rises from the rigs living on that property? Yes, sir, and here to explain just how they are profiting from being oil land rights owners all the way from the Big D, Dallas, Texas, are War Party Minerals CEO Paul Carlisle and Vice President Michael Hill. Gentlemen, welcome back to New York.
Great to be here. Thank you.
It's our pleasure, so let's go right into it. Paul, I want to know, for people just looking in, tell me about War Party Minerals.
Well, currently we've been acquiring assets. We've doubled in size since we were here last. We're also in talks with our acquisition company to acquire them and bring that data and the collection in-house.
What makes what War Party Minerals is doing different from everybody else in the space?
I would have to say the main thing we focus on is building the relationships with the people that we acquire the minerals from. And you know, we understand the business in such a way that we've been on the working interest side, we've done the heavy lifting, and you know, we feel that we've got a model now that is much more streamlined and with very low overhead. That's what makes this model work.
Now, Michael, most people think when they hear the term big oil, they just think about black gold, what's coming out from the rigs. But you guys are in a special space within the space, profiting from the minerals in the land that have nothing to do with the rigs.
Exactly. I mean, like Paul said, we've been there, we've done that. Owning and operating your own equipment carries with it a very, very high liability and high burden. What we do now is we actually own the minerals. So we have no overhead, we have no liabilities, we don't own any equipment, we don't have any rig hands, no roustabouts, no drill operators, nothing. We own the minerals, we let the Fortune 500 companies do all the work and then pay us.
Now, Paul, what's been happening with War Party since last we spoke, and what are your plans going forward on taking it public, that part of the space?
Well, again, we have doubled our asset base since we spoke last. We are looking at acquiring some of the black box, if you will, the artificial intelligence and proprietary data from our, I guess, business associates, strategic company. And you know, as far as going forward, you know, with the listing and the additional capital coming in, you know, we can implement our plan so that it will grow and be self-sustaining with a initial investment. So
that's fantastic. And what are War Party's latest acquisitions right now, and on the mineral rights side?
We're still acquiring producing properties, so we're buying cash flow on the mineral rights side. We're looking at some longer-term plays. Because of the recent acquisitions, it allows us a little more time to look a little further out. So the farther out we buy, the less capital we have to outlay for it. And the returns are still the same.
The returns are still 34%.
On average.
I mean, even if it was 12% on average, that'd be fantastic.
But that's all you have to keep in mind. That's the initial first months or flush production. So it's a collection of anywhere from 3 to 5 months of the production. So we're returning 34% at that point, and it kicks off the monthly revenue every month going forward.
Do you guys want to get bigger in Oklahoma? Or do you want to expand beyond the Sooner State?
Well, we do want to make have a larger footprint in Oklahoma, absolutely. The forced pooling and some of the laws that go along with it really work into our model right now, so we're excited about that. There's plenty of room to grow.
Michael, what's been the reaction from residents when you show up? Like, how does it work? You show up, you see the land, and you knock on the door and say, excuse me.
Basically, you have boots on the ground. You know, they make first contact, and once we meet with mineral owners, I think sometimes there might be a little surprise that we're not trying to take everything they have. Probably even more surprise when we let them know, hey, you guys are about to start making some real money here. We don't want to take it all.
So what's next for you guys? Where do you guys go from here? You already have an established, proven business plan. What's next for War Party Minerals? What's the next big thing?
Well, again, we're focusing on listing. As soon as that happens, of course, all efforts will be focused on acquiring as much minerals, you know, through our 3 phases, you know, spreading that out, getting cash flow. I mean, that's the name of the game. The great thing about it is the initial cash flow that we outlay pays us back. It continues to pay the entire principal back, plus we take that, reinvest it. So we're creating essentially a snowball effect where it's sustainable on its own and continues to grow.
It's something I thought of, and other people who are watching the interview might be thinking is, when you sign a deal with a landowner, what are the terms? How long do they have it? How long do you have the rights to that land for? Is everybody different?
No, the deals that we sign, we own the properties into perpetuity. So we don't own the surface rights, we own the minerals. And the great thing about it is we never have any cost associated with it. If they drill 100 wells on it, we still get the revenue, and we don't have to put any cash outlay, which is why we focus strictly on royalties and don't go down the working interest path.
Where can people go if they want to learn more about War Party Minerals?
Go to warparty.com, and you'll find a lot of information about us there.
Fantastic. All right, we're going to leave it there. Paul Carlisle and Michael Hill from War Party Minerals. Thanks for coming in.
Very good. Thank you.
Our pleasure.